Shit. Ninja? Ninja! Ninja!
It's 11:59 at Radio Free America, and this is Uncle Sam with music and the truth until dawn. Right now, I got a few words for some of our brothers and sisters in the occupied zone. The chair is against the wall. The chair is against the wall. John has a long mustache. John has a...
Tonight's episode, Triangle of Terror.
All right, there we go. Go on live. So the idea tonight is to go live occasionally and list all of the at least top YouTube channels or Instagram channels for something. And tonight it's going to be gun shops. So we're going to go over to the YouTube. We are doing this live, so we do have the comments over here on the side, wiggling them, and if you want to be part of the event, you can use your keyboards or your finger and wiggle on your screen or whatever you have to do to make words happen across the internet. They'll go across the internet tubes, they'll come up on this side, and I'll be able to interface with them, and that's called communication. That's what it's all about. So we're going live, and we're going to check out every big shooting range on YouTube. We got to start somewhere, so I'm going to start at one of our resources, Gun Shop Guide. I have a link of it. I have a link to it in the description. There's a link of it right there. This is a site that has a bunch of different things, including a list of shooting ranges. I'm a big fan of shooting ranges myself personally, and was happy to add this to the project a while back, and we add to it whenever we can. So there's lots of different shooting ranges. I've listed them here chronologically in order of them being created in the country. And I'm going to use this as my template to get started tonight. However, if you're live and you want to, there's Pat, welcome. If you want to participate and throw some ranges out there, feel free. I'm looking for real ranges though, not just necessarily corner stores until we run out of the big ones. So we're going to go through some of the larger ranges here, and it's an effort to talk about them. It's an effort to create a resource together. We're going to use the YouTube platform in a creative new way, different way, and create a video live or a resource live. It'll be a resource that exists, right? So we're creating something that will last, and it'll be a reference. So even though the thing, time will change and ranges will come and go, the reference will be there, and it'll be something that people can see to see some of the different representation of our community and our industry here on the internet and on YouTube specifically. All right, with that being said, that's the goal of the project. We're going to go into this video of our community and our industry, and we'll just edit that video. Let's make a poll, I guess, since we're here. That's the goal. So let's make a poll. Oops, close. Let's see. Do you enjoy shooting ranges? Yeah, yes. Big fan, and I explore them. I'll put in explore new ones. And then, yes, if I have to, or I'm going to put in only if I have to, because that's how those people are. Only if I have to, and then we'll say no, because I don't trust others. And then we'll put that one on the last one. And then we'll make this one more like no, none around here. Because some people don't shoot at them because they don't want to. Some people shoot at them only when they have to. And some people hate them and they hate other people. And some people love them and they love other people. So boom, there you go. Let me do that off here so you don't have to hear that. All right, so let's go to the edit this video. We're going to edit the description of this video live. Yes, it is legal. Yes, no one else does it because they're scared to do it. And yes, we're going to end up with something like 5,000 characters it'll let us use here worth of ranges that are actually YouTube channels. So let me open up YouTube again over here and we'll get started. So now we got YouTube open and we got our place where we're going to put stuff, and we've got this to start off with. All right, like I say, if you've got ranges, there's a couple people out there. Oh, snap. Thanks for the money. Appreciate that. That's more money than I made today. Wait, did I sell some money right today? No, I don't think I sold nothing today, so that's more money. That's all the money I made today, so I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Welcome to the content, and happy to be able to produce it. Thank you. We'll leave that on the screen. Thank you. Let's see. So we're starting with the NRA range. Who knows where that first NRA range was? I don't have a picture for it because there's no logo for it. First NRA range, that's right, Creedmoor. That's why we have Creedmoor rifles and a Creedmoor match, because Creedmoor was the name of this farm in New York, on Manhattan Island, I think, and somebody gave it to the NRA when it was formed in 1873. It became a range in 1874, and the only reason they moved is because it got too small. They needed more room. So they moved eventually to Seagirt, New Jersey, and then after Seagirt got too small and Pleasanton, Jersey, then we went to, or the new NRA went to Camp Perry. So there's not going to be a Creedmoor, but what would help? Let's find out. I've been wrong before. I'm going to type in Creedmoor rifle range into YouTube and let's see what happens. We're going to filter that to channels. Creedmoor Sports. Long range precision, interesting, of Pennsylvania. Oh, interesting. So yeah, I don't see anything about Creedmoor, but it makes sense. It closed in 1891. So for some reason they don't have a YouTube channel. Next comes this thing called Schutzen Park. I don't know, something like that. And this was in New Jersey. What? Yeah, right in the middle of New Jersey, from what I understand, because I'm looking at this map and that looks like to be right in the middle of New Jersey. And it probably closed in 1935, so it probably also doesn't have a YouTube channel. Only people used Facebook in 1935, or people only used Facebook back then. No channel, amazing. So now we'll go to Seagirt. So Seagirt, I don't know what that means. People had weird words back then, and this is where the NRA did a bunch of their matches. And remember, that was to keep people sharp and technology. Nobody pays attention to the technology that evolves in peacetime, in the competition sports and in the participation in marksmanship, not just for competition reasons, but for your own sharpening your skills and enhancing your abilities. There's a lot of innovation that takes place when you get enough people practicing. Somebody's going to be clever in there, and they're going to take something from whatever their line of work is or whatever their experience is, and then they're going to apply it, or at least have somebody there they can talk to, and it's going to get applied, and it's just neat. So one of the awesome parts about range is that it's a place that accumulates a bunch of human beings that all have a very similar mindset, and then it gives them plenty of time to sit around BSing with each other while they're doing whatever they're doing. So Seagirt was pretty cool, but I'm guessing that, again, too old. It closed in 1907. So we're probably not going to see a Seagirt range, but I'd like to be wrong. It'd be cool. And they probably only used Facebook in 1907. East Coast Dance Company? No, not quite. Invitation only. Oh, that's at your house. 1870 to 2021. That's a pretty long run, though. Let's see. Then we got Tucson Rifle Club. What? Yeah, the Rifle Club here in Tucson was created in 1896. Suck it. So does it have a website? Sure it does. Does it have a YouTube channel? Let's find out. I don't think it does. I don't know. So it's an organization, but it's gifted the land by the state. And let's see, Tucson Rifle Club. We got K-Gun 9 News, which is shooting range in Reddington. What? Oh, I need to go check this out. Holy crap. Anyway, this is only a year old. This is an old crazy idea from back in the crazy days. But this is, for some reason, even though I wrote in Tucson Rifle Club, which is 3 points, they're showing me this SERP, Southeast Regional Park, where I used to volunteer at. I just was curious whose videos show up here. Somebody called Kimiko Donahue, and then Aries Game and Fish, and there's NSSF, Fox News, Nosler TV, that's bullets, and then a bunch of news. So, damn, they suck the whole beginnings up. There's one from me. So, a 5-year-old video about their patch came up, and then this is Russell from up in Phoenix. So one of his videos came up. I can't believe he even shoots out there. He doesn't shoot out there very much, I'm guessing. That's a 10-year-old video, only because they don't do stuff out there. They don't have competitions out there. Yeah, so it looks like Kimiko, whoever that is, she gets a bunch of videos out there. And then anyway, so I guess nobody cares about that. So the Tucson Rifle Club, wait, does it have one? I think I was supposed to go up here and choose channel. That's what happens when I started rambling, sorry. So it looks like Tucson Rifle Club does not have a YouTube channel, which makes sense. They barely have a website, and let's look at their website, and now you'll see super old. Oh my goodness, it's old. It is so old. So it's never going to change, and they're not going to get any social media. They definitely don't believe in social media over there. But it is neat that we have such an old range right here in Tucson. All right, oops. Next, I need to go back to here and here, and now we'll go to Camp Perry. Now, even though Camp Perry opened in 1906 when Seagirt closed, I'm guessing Camp Perry has a YouTube channel. Because if they don't, I don't know what the hell. What? So CMP, does that count? NRA competitive shooting? No. Shit. Are you telling me that they don't have one? I thought I just seen it. Camp Perry. What's this? Fake. So maybe civilian marksmanship. Look, we don't have anything in here yet, so we got to start somewhere. So I'm going to start with civilian marksmanship, and this is the way I do it. I put in the channel and their subs because I can get that number pretty easily. I only take subs and not subscribers just to save text. And then we grab their URL, and that's all we do. So, boom. And now what I'm going to do is save. So now it's in the description of this video, and I don't have to worry about glitching or something. I don't know if I'll put in Camp Civilian Marksmanship program in there for Camp Perry. It's one of their base camps, you could say, but civilian marksmanship isn't technically a range as much as the facilitation of what to do at the range, right? The organization of the competitive shoots and stuff like that. All right, so next up is Ridgway Rifle Club. Established the first silhouette range east of the Mississippi River in 1927. Ridgway Rifle Club. Anybody ever heard of it? So we're going to go over here and look at that. Means that I only have 3 ranges in here between 0 and 1927. There's the thing, but that's not a channel, I guess. Ridgway Black Powder something range. Oh, we got one. I think we got one. 8 years ago. It's an old one, but it is. I think it's officially a range. So that's probably somebody tried to help out and set up a YouTube channel for them, and then nobody did anything about it, and it just sat there. Happened a million times, but 15 subs. What are you gonna do? Anyway, I put subs in there, I put their URL, and now we've got them listed. And on to the next one. So that's an old club. Next would be Reed's Indoor Range. What? Since 1948 in California, Santa Clara, California. Anybody ever heard of this one? Since 1948, that makes it almost as old as some of the, a little bit older than some of the competitions. I don't know why I have it in here. I must have it in here for some reason. Doesn't look like they have a YouTube channel. So let me get rid of the little thingy there. That's definitely their range, but this is some channel that just went to the range. All right, so I guess they don't have one. I'm gonna go to the next one. Waterloo. So 24 acres, opened in 1952. At least it moved to its current location in 1952. This one is in New York, Waterloo, New York. So one of the other things that they do in New York is not come up with their own names for stuff. So they were like, oh, we need to name our town. Well, let's just look at a map and copy somebody else's name. That's what they did. All right, so they don't have a YouTube channel because they hate the internet probably. So they're in New York. And then we got Green Valley Rifle and Pistol Club. This was incorporated in 1955. It's in Missouri. What are we doing? That's open and I'm closing that also. Boom. Green Valley Rifle and Pistol Club. Valley Arms Company? No. So what was so good about this one? Let's see. IPSC was started here. What? Annually hosts the Bianchi Cup. Bianchi Cup? It's this Missouri State IDPA match. What? And they don't have a YouTube channel? Is that even legal to not have a YouTube channel? That's where you started the Bianchi Cup and where IPSC was started. It's on a... I don't know. I feel like that's missing an opportunity there. Just going to give it one more little look. One more little look. Nope. Well, I found something called something or other Sporting Clays. What's all this about? Sporting Clays, as well as beginners sport in the greater Atlanta area. Veterans of the sport. We have several offerings for gun sport. We provide environment. Let's go to their website. Go straight to a calendar. I don't care. I guess that's fine. It looks like a facility. It looks like a facility. Shooting lessons, youth program, 5-stand. Looks like a facility to me. Guess what? We just found another one. This one is a natural one. Found in nature as we were. How many subscribers? Oh man, they're barely bigger than that Ridgway. When's the last video they put up? 3 years ago. No wonder they're just sitting there stagnant. So is it the fault of the gun ranges who do all the effort of having a gun range and paying for the insurance and having employees probably maintaining the range, worrying about all the laws and taxes and bullshit, and then they're also supposed to make a YouTube channel? Or should people be helping them out because it's part of our community and we are better off if we promote the places where we can do our stuff? Let's see. Then I'm going to click save. Now here's the deal. Back in the day, there's I guess it's probably still like this because people don't change, but people hate shooting ranges. People hate them. And that's sad. And that's one of the reasons why I probably only have 2 people watching this right now. All right, so this one is Sprague's. This one's in Yuma, Arizona. So right on the border of California, Arizona, and Mexico, the nation of Mexico. And oh snap! Let's subscribe to Sprague's. Not my favorite store in the world, but I'm going to subscribe to them anyway. Only because it's all hunting. It's almost 100% a hunting shop. I don't have nothing against it, but I'm not that big a hunter. So, wow, they're the least on the list at this point, even below Ridgway. But At least they're on the list. So Sprague's is kind of a big metal building in Yuma. It might have moved or gotten bigger because I'm guessing it wasn't this. It's kind of a modern building. It's got an indoor range, which is why it's on the shooting range thing. And it's all about hunting. What is it called? Upland birds, whatever, pheasant, not pheasant, quail are. I think they shoot quail over there. So there must be a ton of quail because of all the farms. Maybe don't know it, but a lot of food comes from the delta of the Colorado River hitting the Gulf of California. Most of it's in Mexico, but all that farmland is right there where the border is. So there's just a ton of hunting there. And Sprague's, whatever you say it, is the headquarters for that. So it's a California thing. It's an Arizona thing to some extent. I'm sure it's a Mexico thing since 1956. Kind of cool. Is that Upland game? Thanks. What's the other one? Upland and then what? Waterfowl? No, there's something else. What would the other thing be? There's ducks and geese, and that's waterfowl. And then there's upland, which is the pheasants and stuff, right? And then there's something else. Anyhow, then you get Ben Avery. This is a big, giant facility, 1,600 acres here in Arizona. It's in Phoenix. It's just north of where Gun Freedom Radio's headquarters are and where Pot of Gold Auctions is. This one opened in 1960. We've gone by there. I mean, I couldn't even count how many times I've been there. Bob, the Canadian, has shot there before. We hooked up with Bob, the Canadian, and Mika, the dude from Finland, and we all had an international gun channel shoot there one time, where a dude from Finland and a dude from Canada were shooting our guns in Arizona. It was pretty fun. There's all kinds of stuff that happens at Ben Avery. It's actually a pretty active facility. I'd be surprised. I'm pretty sure I've already subscribed to their channel. I'm almost positive they have a YouTube channel. Arizona Game and Fish. Ugh, that's probably their channel. Ugh. Yeah, that's probably their channel. So I'm going to go back one. Arizona Game and Fish, which I am a subscriber of. That's cheating. So they should put a channel up just for Ben Avery, and I blame them for not doing that. They should. It's on them for not doing it. Arizona's got tons of money and they know technology, so there's no excuse for them not having a specific YouTube channel for Ben Avery. Come on. Come on. All right, next is the Nassau County Range. No, Nassau County Rifle and Pistol Range. I don't like that name. And this one is in New York, of course. And 30 individuals shooting points. It's used to be on Mitchell Air Force Base in the 60s. And then it had a renovation in 2005. I don't know why I have it on here. I must have it on here for some reason. Let's flip this to channel. Oh, no, we don't get one. Oh, look who's showing up. Gun for Hire. They're paying for this. Damn. Are they paying for this right here? Oh, they're paying for a link to their site. Whew. That's what happens when you have New Jersey money. So, I just wasted like a quarter for them. Sorry about that. But they got a link. They got a view on our channel here. So hopefully it was worth that quarter. So I don't know why I have Nassau in here. I forget why I put Nassau in there. Basically, I put every range I find in here. That's good. Let's see. So what was that? Next up is Calverton Shooting Range in New York also. What are these New York ranges doing here? 1964. Most people weren't even alive in 1964. And in New York, they were already making shooting ranges. I was probably doing some kind of research and they mentioned this shooting range. So I added it to the list. And nothing. I'm not going to search hard for some of these because they're in New York. Next up is Knob Creek. Do you think Knob Creek has their own YouTube channel? So they're done. They, for 30 years, did machine gun shoots. Pretty interesting story. Some guy bought this land, and the land contained basically the, what would you call it, like a bunker, like a bay that was designed, like a heavily fortified bay that was designed for shooting off ordnance or exploding ordnance. And since he had that thing, he started shooting machine guns there. And then a bunch of people started showing up and he started inviting people, and it became more than just a friends and family event. After about 3 years, it became a bigger and bigger event. They capitalized on it, and it became a pretty impressive thing. So it looks like the only thing you get is something called the Wild Bunch Knob Creek, which was a channel that started in 15 and doesn't tell you how many subscribers they have. When cowards don't tell you how many subscribers they have, I typically don't acknowledge them. It's just fake. Probably a robot created it. Let's see. Then we got Elm Fork. What was Elm Fork all about? Texas Archery Club, Dallas, Texas. This one I think I put in here because, or wait, did I? I don't know why I put this one in here. This one is archery and shotgun. Is it the, no, it's not the one that's indoor. I don't know why I put this one in here. Unless this is the home of, no, it's in Dallas, so I don't know why I put it in here. Anyway, let's see if it's got a thing. Elm Fork Shooting Sports. They look like the kind of place that would have a YouTube channel based on the modernness and like legitimacy of their website. Gunsite Range sees worst flooding in 50 years. That looked like some flooding for sure. Holy moly. Nothing for the range though. National Shooting Sports Complex, Talladega. Oh no, this is the one I was thinking of in San Antonio. So this one is the Shotgun National Shooting Sports, or the National Shooting Complex for shotgun sports. It's in Texas. It used to be called something else, and like the name of the range, and then they kind of took over. So National Shooting Complex does have a thing. It was the last video they posted 2 months ago, so they're just starting. Yep, join 2020. All right, well, they're brand new. That's what we're doing, is we're helping little baby shooting channel or shooting range channels. So what did that have? 14 subs. It still comes in above Sprague's, which is weird because Sprague's is big, but this place is way bigger. I'm pissed because I didn't know about it when I've been to San Antonio now. Well, the one time I went to San Antonio, there was a gas shortage, so I guess I couldn't have gone there. But the other time I went to San Antonio, I probably could have gone there. Well, I definitely could have gone there 2 other times when I was in San Antonio. Cowtown Range was built in 1973, really. And it's a, I guess it was built by Hollywood stuntman Ron Mix. And it's basically a little ghost town, kind of, right near Ben Avery, which we already talked about. And I don't know, they're okay. I tried to do an event up there. We tried to do a gun channels event up there. And at the time, they had just been burned by an organization. Oh, there we go, Cowtown Range. They had just been burned by an organization that came in and said they were going to do. Oh, and they just took over our largest range, I think. Oh, no, they didn't. But some organization came in and ran an event there that was actually pretty neat, very similar to the events that are happening now. This was years ago, before 2017 for sure. And that event was successful, but they told the range that it was going to be a nonprofit, and they just kept all the money. And that set the range kind of bitter on doing any kind of events like that. I really wanted to emulate the event, except do it for real, and never could get it to happen. That would have been pretty interesting, though. Have our own place for a weekend right near Phoenix, and have an event for a gun channel, so it would be pretty fun. So 157 subs. Subscribe to them. When's their last video? 5 years ago. So I think they also do, what do they call that? Movies there. Here's Rob Pincus interviewing somebody 7 years ago. So Pincus likes Cowtown, I guess. Let's see. So we're going to save this so that we don't skip. Oh, no, I don't have hosts in here. I'll just sit here doing this. Probably not even working, is it? Let's see. It's because it looks like my signal is down to nothing. Connection unstable. If you're on Wi-Fi, try plugging in your router. I don't plug in my router. let's see. So next is Gunsite. A lot of them are in Arizona. Why? Because Arizona's better than your state, and also because Arizona is awesome, and also because we got a lot of places to do stuff in Arizona, and the people in Arizona are better than regular people. So it's going to happen. We're going to have more and better shooting ranges than other states. So Gunsite is no exception. It's founded in 1976 by Cooper. And it was the evolution of his progression of the art of handgun education or study, I guess, because he didn't just educate, he studied so that he could educate, I would say. So Gunsite has switched hands a few times now over the years, but it had earned and has maintained a reputation of excellence in the community. So let's see, at 3,000 something subs, it'll be our #1 range now. So it's been there since 1976. It had a stellar reputation, actually the reputation of being the only destination that you could go to learn shooting and sort of set the rules. It set the standards for every other range, I think. So we're half an hour in, and we're about 600 out of 5,000 characters, so we got plenty of room left. So Gunsite is definitely, should I subscribe? Let's see. Last video was 4 months ago. PR7, so how to prepare for their class. Stuff, kind of some 3-minute videos, little pieces here and there. I guess I'll subscribe. All right, next up is Gat Guns. So if you're in Illinois, you already know about Gat Guns, but pretty cool gun shop in Illinois, and it's got a range. And boom, there it is. It does have a YouTube channel. 668 subs. So they're kicking butt. They're doing it in Illinois, outside of Chicago, and been doing it forever, for a long time. It's kind of a cool place and pretty cool people. I try to make it a habit to visit there when I go back to that area to visit. And we'll say save, and then we'll subscribe to that one. And then we'll go back over here and click on the Lee K Public Shooting Range. So this one is a whole bunch of shooting ranges, and this is down by the border of Utah and, Utah and Nevada. And actually had quite a few events at this thing. It's driving distance to both locations, probably Phoenix also. They don't have a thing, so what are you gonna do? It's a pretty neat range, and one of my channels that I watch when they make videos is called 2A Cops, and they shoot at this range, I believe. This is interesting. Here is a Utah Division of Wildlife Resources doing a video about Lee K. So it might be the same kind of situation as we got going on here in Arizona with Ben Avery, where the Department of Wildlife Resources is the one that keeps track of it. But there's a video of it. That'd be interesting to watch that video just to see what it looks like. How big was that one? These aren't in order how big they are. So I'm guessing it's big because it's outside. Let's see. Are you kidding me? Dragonman's. So now we get to Dragonman's, and Dragonman's definitely has a YouTube channel. One of these, I can just go over and look at my subscriptions and just go right down to Dragonman's. And since he does videos all the time, it should be pretty close to the top here. In fact, he's getting ready to close the museum for the season. So definitely been posting some videos about that. With 174,000 subscribers, Dragonman is now bigger than me, I'm happy to say. Boom. Dragonman is the top of all shooting ranges. You're going to say Dragonman's is the best museum in the United States, and the best firearms museum, and an awesome dude, and a 4x4 track, and paintball. But wait, it's also a shooting range, right? So you can go there and go shooting. In fact, dude just got back from taking his kid over there for that giant machine gun shoot that we all heard about in some videos a while back. So let's save that. And Dragonman's is now in the running with 174,000. Wait a minute, is he bigger than me? I'm pretty sure he's bigger than me. 174. If it doesn't matter, because if whatever he is now, he's going to be bigger than me by the end of the week. 174,000 subs. Dragonman's. Boom. All right, next. Whatever this is, doesn't have a picture. So then we get USA Shooting. Is that? Oh, this is Colorado. So this is where your Olympians shoot. 102 acres, built in 1985. Do they have their own YouTube channel? They better. I've been watching Guinea Thrasher, who is, I think that's how you say it, is, Shooting USA. Well, I guess we're choosing that. Who is a shooter, and she was on Instagram and shoots a bunch of stuff.
The name Schumann has long been associated with high-quality, high-accuracy.
That is some bullshit, fake magazine garbage. So, looks like we don't have, there it is, Shooting USA, the real one. I'll subscribe to it, I guess. And 2,000 subs, Dragonman. Dwarfs Olympic shootings, even though they don't have a public range. Oh, is that Ginny? No. So 2-7. We're going to go right here between Gunsite and the Civilian Marksmanship program. Quick copywriting me. Wait a minute. Is that Kim? What's her face? With like 6 Olympic gold medals? I think it is. Kim Rhodes? Yeah. Let's assume it was Kim Rhodes, one who has earned like 6 gold records, 6 Olympic medals. 6 gold medals? I don't even know. All right, well, so boom. And next, the Bracken Range. So this is a little range in San Antonio that we went and shot at with people from gun channels back in the day. And I bet you they don't have a film or a YouTube channel, but it would be cool if they did. And they don't. It's sort of a little range that's in an old quarry next to an airport. Super cool. In San Antonio, northern San Antonio, on your way to Austin, sort of. Rogers Shooting School. So this is not a range, I don't think. I think it's at a place that is a range. So why do I have the National Firearms Museum in here? What? Why would I have the NRA's museum in here? Because if you go to the NRA's museum and you park in this parking lot, the museum is right here. But underneath of the parking lot is a shooting range. You're standing on top of a shooting range if you're in the parking lot of the National Rifle Museum, or the National Rifle Association's museum. I'm not going to put them in here because they do not have, well, let's find out. I don't think they have a YouTube channel specifically for the, what would they call it? You know what I'm going to have to do? What am I have to do? I'm going to have to NRA range. That's what it looks like. I'm going to put this in there and see if that'll tell me what the name of the thing is, because I think it does have a name. Oh, look at this. NRA range, HQ range, not your ordinary range. Okay. Do you got a link to your own YouTube? Oh, snap. No, they just have an NRA videos YouTube.
Recently, we watched in horror as 2 unspeakable.
Oh, I thought they were going to say as someone bought a suit that didn't cost $27,000, but it doesn't say that. Yeah, it looks like they don't have a specific one, so they're not getting linked. But it is neat that you can go to the museum and go shooting. Here's the thing. Every time I've gone there, stupid police are shooting, and they don't let you shoot if the police are shooting. It's one of those things where they get priority on the range time. Okay, this is a cool one. The Grange, the gun store. There's a range in Nevada, just between, you could say it's between the airport and the strip, even though it's technically not. But it's on Tropicana or Flamingo? Tropicana, the one that's down there by the airport. So all you got to do is drive to your right. If you're getting to Vegas and you've got some time to kill before you go to your hotel, I guess I don't have the address in here, do I? Yeah, it's on Tropicana. So as you come out of the airport in Vegas, just take a right instead of a left. And instead of going straight to the strip, go over to the gun store first. It says 30 lanes, but they just did a remodel, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's more than 30 lanes now. So let's put it into the YouTube and find out. I know they have an Instagram. I'm a follower of theirs on the Instagram. They do quite a bit over there. So I'm going to say Vegas because there's probably a lot of things called the gun store. Oh, there you go. There you go. There you go. So there's a lot of videos of the place. Of course, it's a rental. It's not, of course, but it is a rental place. There we go. Well, actually, there's a couple of them, it looks like right here. So it's a rental place in Vegas, and they're amenable. Like they're cool with video, where some of them probably aren't, because I can just tell that some of them are jerks, even though they're rental places. The gun store is pretty chill. A pretty cool place. I've been a big fan of the place since I was a little kid going to Vegas, and because it was my first introduction to rental machine guns. I think there was one rental machine gun in the ranges I grew up at, but this was the idea of like going to Vegas and renting a machine gun. I think I rented them. That was one of the first things when I was able to do something on my own in Vegas, is I went over there and shot a Tommy gun. So, and that was years ago. It was like in the 90s. Anyway, cool place, and I'm going to jump back and grab a couple more. So Gun Garage is also in Vegas. Battlefield Vegas, also in Vegas, ironically. Armed Sundance, don't know what that is. And everything else in here is garbage and crap. So we'll just close out of that. And then Gun Garage is on the highway, or it's like on the frontage road to the highway on the west side of this highway. But you can't walk there from the street. You could walk there from the strip. You wouldn't want to walk there from the strip because it's really dangerous. But you can get little shuttles and stuff. So Gun Garage is sort of like probably used to be like a paint place, like a place that painted cars or something, that kind of a building. And then they converted it into a gun shop and shooting range. I want to say 12 or 13. And then by 14, everybody was really into renting machine guns in Vegas. So there was, of course, the gun store, because they've been there for a long time. There's one that's on the road out to Pahrump, and they've been there just as long as the gun store. So those two were the originals. And then Range 702, Gun Garage, and Battlefield Vegas all popped up basically at the same time in like 2013-14, all with the same idea. Let's do recreational machine gun shooting. Battlefield Vegas went the full, let's put a lot of money into this and let's cater to the little kids playing video games. Other people went different directions, such as let's bring boobs into it, and let's bring like bachelor parties here and have boobs be the center of attraction. Others did other things. Some of them were like, let's just bring regular people here. So Gun Garage was sort of a mix. They've done 2 or 3 iterations. I've monitored each of these things since I went there in 14 and did a tour of all the different recreational machine gun shooting facilities, and all of them gave me a behind the scenes view because I was a big deal on YouTube back then. So I've been monitoring them since. And Gun Garage has changed hands. It stayed in the same building. A couple of them have moved physically their locations. Gun Garage has stayed, but the name of the place has changed. So right now it's Gun Garage. I can't vouch for them or not, but it's an alternative. It's not so big. It's not so like for kids. That Battlefield Vegas is definitely for kids. So you might not want to see all that flashy kid stuff. And Gun Garage is a little quicker to get in and out of too, if it's probably a holiday weekend. All right, so that's they're getting kicked by, let's go to Battlefield Vegas at 55,000. Yeah, so they're getting kicked by Battlefield Vegas. But of course, Battlefield Vegas has tanks and all kinds of stuff. Do I have those guys in here? Yeah, I do. So we just accomplished some from down the list. All right, nobody's really saying anything. I guess everybody's run off. So if you're around and you're watching this live, then you can feel free to throw in suggestions. Otherwise, I'll just keep doing this for about an hour. We got about 15 more minutes. And does it say? I've got about 1,100 of 5,000 characters used. So I could definitely put a lot more in here. So next we get to Shooter's World, one of my first ranges that I fell in love with here in Arizona. 24 air-conditioned lanes. It's indoors. And they're cool. They're not definitely in like an industrial area of Phoenix. It's right off the highway, but it's in an area with like just north of the dairy, wherever they bottle milk or something. And then a bunch of awning and just industrial things that happen around there. So it's loud and huge buildings. You just kind of go off the highway, right turn, or get off the highway, one left turn, and you're there. And it's just a cool place. It's really big. All these ranges are big. The rest of the store is huge. It's way bigger than like Scottsdale Gun Club or something physically. And they just have a lot of fun. They've changed it over the years. I've done, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4 classes there, depending on what you want to call like a class or a seminar, because they have these like rooms there that they'll allow people to do events at. I've done some nonprofit stuff there. Really cool place. And now they have a second location out north of where Gun Freedom Radio is located. So Shooters World, there's a bunch of places called Shooters World, so we'll see what happens. It might find, you know, some other one. I think there's a Shooters World Florida also. And here's one, yeah, that's the Orlando one. So now we're going to go to channels. Pretty sure this is the Florida one, but I don't know. So this one says Tampa, and this one doesn't. So we're going to go with this one because we're going to want that one later anyway. But it looks like, oh, American Shooters. We'll grab that one. But it doesn't look like they got one. It's interesting. All right, well, we could keep going down that sort. But,
From Bay News 9, the latest breaking.
so with only 159 subs, this is actually one of the largest facilities in the country in square foot wise. If you count all of them together, it is the largest. They fake it by having 3 or 4 large organizations in Florida that they glue together and act like they're the, you know, one facility, or they act like they're one organization, even though it's more than one facility. So that's fake, complete fake. But if you count all of them together, they're the biggest conglomeration of them. Although the ones in Albuquerque are pretty big. But anyway, they're the biggest group, and each one of them is actually very big. So Shooters World, pretty physically big place. Wow, 1 subscriber. I feel honored to be their 2nd subscriber, or am I a dumbass? They joined in 2018 and they have the 2nd subscriber. Is that possibly the worst YouTube channel we've ever freaking seen ever? To have 2 subscribers? Something happened. Anyway, American Shooters is in Vegas. It's not bad. It's not a bad place. I mean, they're all stainless steel. It's like all stainless steel and glass. Their displays and their store fixtures and stuff are all stainless steel and glass. So it's kind of a neat experience. It's actually right in front of a place where an amazing thing, I shouldn't say shit. So it's actually in a cool place. And so I've been there a million times. And I don't mind the place. Have we shot there? I feel like I might have shot there before. Anyway, they have a range, and it's kind of it's a decent range for Vegas because you can bring your own guns and shoot there. It's not like one of the rental ranges where you can't, where you have to shoot their rental guns. It's amazing that they only had 1 subscriber. That is so weird. I do not understand that at all. So I'm not going to vouch for them. They also are a police supply. They sell police uniforms and tasers and all the junk for security officers and stuff. So, you know, they're not cheesy. It's like one of the least cheesy police supply places, but they are a police supply place. So anyway, we're going to save that and keep going. Shooters World is kind of interesting though. Next up, or actually that one was American Shooters. Shooters World is supposed to be the one in Phoenix, and I couldn't find it. Seal of Pinal County. What the hell is this? Pinal County Public Shooting Range. Oh, so this is where me and Good Guy would go shooting. I mean, I've been there a billion times for classes and stuff. A lot of classes happen there. They do not have a YouTube channel because it's barely just a scrape of ground out in the middle of Arizona. Very dangerous part of Arizona. So H&H Shooting Sports is amazing. It's a super cool place. 90,000 square feet. 90,000 square feet. So that wasn't a typo. Huge place. It's on the side of the road in Oklahoma City. And as you're driving on 40 going through town, I would recommend stopping there no matter what. It's a cool shop, and you can say you've been to H&H. It's right along the side of the road, and it's 90,000 square feet, so everybody knows where it is and sees it. They don't have a YouTube channel. It is so crazy. I'm going to put Oklahoma in here just to double check. I think they have does it say 61 shooting lanes? Right? 61. There's a restaurant in there, so if you're driving past Oklahoma, it's hard to state this up. If you're ever driving past there we go. I highly recommend. See how YouTube is trying to silence us?
More than just
I typed it in there specifically. I had to type in Oklahoma in order to find it. With 1,000 subs, that's YouTube censorship. Let's see, 1,000. So I highly recommend you stop by there. It's a great place to get something to eat or whatever, experience a massive shop. And they're cool. Like, I've only been there like 4 times or something, but every time I go in there, people are cool, and they got no reason to be cool to me. I'm not buying anything. I've never bought anything in there. I think I stole some free pens from there one time for the Gun Show Loophole Tour. Yeah, but it's a neat place, so I definitely want to subscribe to it. Started in 2009. Holy shit, they're almost as old as me. Only have 250,000 views. That blows. Bloop, bloop, bloop. 36 shooting lanes, 19 archery. Yeah, well, they really have 61 by the time you count all their air rifle and other stuff. Do they have a video of it?
Gun Range. We are Oklahoma's headquarters for firearms, archery, knives, gun safes, and more. H&H has the...
They shouldn't show you the inside because it's not as impressive as the outside. You literally drive past it for a while. It's like a whole industrial strip center that's just one store. I mean, there's 2 stores in there. Yeah, go ahead. I've done plenty of them. It kills your channel. You're going to kill your channel more, but you've already killed it. All right, so H&H Shooting Sports, definitely a cool one. How far on this list are we? Oh, yeah, we're not even near the end of the list yet. I will be ending this at some point here because I'm not going to be doing this all night. So next we get Thunder Ranch, and Thunder Ranch, I'm almost positive, has a YouTube channel, but we'll just verify. Will they be bigger, or where will they place? They do what? Oh, I was going to say 129 subs. So it looks like Thunder Ranch just overtook Dragonman. Oh, snap. I mean, Clint's a nice guy and stuff, but long range shooting versus Dragonman. It's the Marine's birthday, so I got to shut up. Happy birthday, Marines. Should I subscribe to Thunder Ranch? They got enough subs. They don't need me. So let's see. Thunder Ranch's deal is I can't think of his name. Anyway, he started out at Front Sight, worked with Dude for a while, and then went to Texas and started up Thunder Ranch, and then moved it to Oregon in 2004. Worked for Cooper, and not best friends, but good friends, I think, or at least respected each other and didn't mind. At first, I think he got mad that he left, and then didn't mind after a while. I think that's how the story goes. All right, so LAX Firing Range. I'm pretty sure I know they got one, but let's double check. This place is pretty cool. If you've ever seen the giant donut on top of the donut store, that's right out front of this place. And I've never actually been in there because LA sucks, and the only time I ever got there, it was closed. So, wow, 70 subscribers. I've had, I have friends who have been around for a while, and back in the olden days, the 2006 to 2009 era, people would go to LAX Firing Range and shoot, and there'd be a webcam. Wait, was that what they called it? I think they called it a webcam back in the day. And is that what they called it? No, what did they call that? Is that what they called it? I think they called it a webcam. Anyway, you could we control it? I think we could control it. So the person would say on the forum, like, hey, I'm going to be at the range on Saturday at 3 p.m. my time. And then we would all go on the forums and watch the live feed. Back in the day, these webcams were live feed, sort of. And, yeah, the beginning of streaming, technically. So crazy. I can't believe that they only have, well, I guess they just don't care about their YouTube channel. So it shows you. I imagine, how big are these people's Facebooks? So Facebook, which actually uses your information against you, versus YouTube, which is using your information to their advantage, but not against you. and look how many people don't have presence on YouTube. I bet you most of these people have had presence on Facebook. All right, SIG SAUER Academy, big deal. Started in 1996. Everybody thinks it's so good because they love SIG so much and they have good training or whatever. And they invite all the cool kids up there to train, so they get them hooked. And then what happens is they go around saying it's so good, and it's self-feeding prophecy or whatever that's called. So 33,002. They're up there, but they're not winning yet. So they're between Gunsite and Battlefield Vegas. However, there was a massive gap between those two. So SIG SAUER Academy, I would like it better if I was closer and if I shot SIGs. I have been invited there, but I couldn't get there. I got invited there a long, long time ago. So pretty cool place, though, from what I understand. Good instructors, good facilities, and consistently growing, from what I understand. So here's Range Master, and I don't think that is a range. So I'm going to keep going. Front sight. All right, well, so if you know what Gunsite is, front sight is the ripoff. So if Daily Gun Show is the authentic, and the Daily, whatever that other show is called, that ripoff the Daily Gun Show, this would be like the ripoff of the Daily Gun Show.
Welcome to Front Sight Firearms Training Institute, located just outside of Las Vegas, Nevada.
If you count like an hour plus drive just outside of Las Vegas. But I don't have a problem with front sight. They got me into doing stuff, and they get a lot of people into doing stuff, and they're not bad. They're just copying. They're just rip-offs. They're working everybody. Well, there's worse than that. They're literally copying Gunsite. But they copy Gunsite to people who wouldn't go to Gunsite. That makes sense. So, yeah, they're not doing the best way, but their ends justify the means. Maybe? I don't know. Academy, I think this is what they call Blackwater now, and I don't think we get invites to that, so I'm not going to put that in there. What is this? Virginia International Raceway Shooting Sports. 1,300 acres, some sort of racetrack, and then also there's some kind of fancy, snooty shooting facility in there. Who I don't think people get invited into, but I don't know how that works. I think just events happen there, and you can go there for the events, but I'm not out east, so somebody would have to tell me. Oh, it looks like they do have a channel. Can you see the ranges here? I don't think it's ranges as much as like some shotgun tracks or some shotgun stuff. And then you can stay there when they're not racing. So it's, I don't know. I can't tell if it's competitions or just some events that happen there or what. So if somebody has more information on the Virginia International Raceway Range, let us know. But it looks like they're coming in after H&H Shooting Sports, but before Gat Guns. That sucks. Because I can already tell you Gat Guns is better than them. All right, so next up, Manchester Indoor Firing Line in New Hampshire. Anybody know about this one? Manchester Indoor Firing. Getting close to that hour, so I might start hand picking some of these. I think I will start hand picking some of these. Team Manchester Firing Line. Yep, we're putting this in here. 16 subscribers. Happy to be 17th. That's cool. So it looks like it's not necessarily the range, but it's dedicated to the range. It's links to the range and whatnot. The last video was a year ago, but they got a mess of videos. So yeah, cool. That's what it's all about. So Manchester Firing Line, 17 subs. Still not the least on the list today. So they go from, some of these have like 2 to 17, less than 20 for sure. Like 10 of them have less than 20. And then they go all the way up to 186,000 subs. All right, so now, like I said, we're going to start hand picking so that we get good ones. So let's see. Going to go on here. I guess if I'm yawning, let's do a commercial for Crump since he's out there, and then I will drink some coffee. So this dude does live, long format shows to follow the trial, the what's his face, and you can go check it out. If I can find his link there. All right. So thanks again to Crump for hosting those. Kind of interesting watching that trial or listening to that trial as getting stuff done around here. Yeah, as we're getting stuff done around here, and then going to be able to compare what people think about or how people report on what happened versus what we've actually heard now. So I'm going to link to a couple of them that I think are interesting. Pretty much all of them I think are interesting, but some of these I think are much more interesting. No, they're not that much more. Some of them are interesting, right? We already have Battlefield Vegas. So I'm going to put the hub in here. We already got Shooter's World. I'm going to put Copper Star in there. We got Guns and Ammo Garage. Let's put the Nevada Shooting Compact Vegas in here. Big Sandy, we'll put that in there. And I think that's where we were at, right? Washington County, American Shooters, we got that one. Scottsdale Gun Club. Nope. US Shooting Academy. Let's put that up. Man, I put a lot of these in here because they're the ranges where events are held and stuff like that. Here's the Kauai. This is in Hawaii. Hawaii. That's how they say it, I think. And then did I already click Cody? Yes, for sure. All right, so let's just go with those because we're already over an hour. Technically, nobody's paying me for this. All right, so let's go to the Cody Firearms Experience range that's in Cody, Wyoming, which is the east gate of Yellowstone, which is visited by many millions of people each summer, each season. And as they visit, they got to drive past. If they go in the east entrance, they're going to drive past the shooting range. And it's a great range, super friendly people. They have awesome social media stuff. They truly enjoy what they're doing. They link to people who don't care about them. But holy moly, are they cool. So I'm going to go ahead and put them in the list with only 29 subscribers. I just subscribed to them. Happy to be the 29th, I think. But imagine being ambassadors for literally, well, probably many, many thousands. I don't have any idea how many customers they get. I think I asked them, but I don't remember. And then, but you know, the potential of any of those millions of people that are going to Yellowstone, very many of them are international or tourists that, you know, don't go outside very often. People that go to the woods anytime they want don't usually go to Yellowstone, right? People that live in cities and don't live here go to Yellowstone. All those people are driving past this Cody Firearms Museum. They have the worst picture for their thing because it has nothing to do with their shop. But they have this great ambassadorship sort of banner going on. This is what their store looks like. And holy moly, are they nice. So I just think some of the probably the best ambassadorship for firearms that's happening. The potential for it and the successful accomplishment of it is happening at the Cody Firearms Experience. And I don't want to get that mixed up with the museum there that can suck it. They suck. So next is the not the Dug Up Gun Museum, the big one that thinks it's so good. It isn't good. So next is the Machine Gun Nest. This is a place in, I don't like the disapproving way my dog just sighed at me. The Machine Gun Nest is in Maryland, and it's just outside of DC.
Hey everybody, Stephanie here with the Machine Gun Nest.
I'm surprised I'm not subscribed to them. They must have done something to piss me off, or they got inadvertently disconnected from me because I had been subscribed to them. It's not only a gun shop in Maryland, but it's, what does that say, 7,000? Oh, I thought that said 70. Not only is it a gun shop in Maryland, which is close to DC, but it's also a gun shop that was doing okay. And I don't remember if they had a 1 or 2 lanes, but they wanted to expand into a multi-lane range, right? The range by itself is sort of like off of a 4-lane divided highway, and it's like around some lumber, kind of industrial kind of area in the middle of nowhere. So a lot of grass and green and trees and stuff, and then this little industrial complex, and then the machine gun nest is right in that area, or right in there with them. So they had the room, the facilities. I don't know if they moved locations when they did this or not, but anyway, they did a crowdfunding campaign to grow the range and to build those lanes. A crowdfunding campaign to build a shooting range. That's just cool on 7 different levels. And they accomplished it, and they're still in business, and they're in Maryland, and they rent guns, I think. They do patches, they do a whole bunch of cool patches, and they do this.
Just a general warning. The statements presented may start.
They do these updates. This one is a week ago.
Hey everybody, Stephanie here with the Machine Gun Nest with our newest legal update. So today I wanted to talk.
Name another gun shop that's paying attention and taking the time to put effort into something like this, beyond the effort of regular gun shooting ranges and whatnot. So with 7,000, they come in under front sight and between Gunsite, which is necessary because Gunsite and front sight would start fighting. And the fact that Gunsite is sitting there at 4,000 while front sight is at 21,000 shows you the inequity in stupid social platforms, and that you can come along and completely copy and rip off somebody and just succeed overwhelmingly. So numbers mean nothing to authenticity or whatever word it is, and ability. I mean, front sight's okay, but Gunsite is who invented it. I mean, they know what they're doing. They did know what they're doing. I have no idea if they still know what they're doing. I'm guessing they still do. All right, so next we get Royal Range, where they Tennessee, they're in Nashville. So this is some old movie theater that turned into a range, and it's cool, and they do a lot of social stuff. So I'm sure they're on YouTube. Well, it's probably a bad place to pause her, so sorry about that, girl. All right, Royal Range, USA, bam. Here they are,
Here at Royal Range, we take
30,000
pride
subs.
in doing things differently. Once you step foot through our doors, your family, which means being part of one of the most premier firearms facility in America today.
Oh,
We're
wow.
the company that sets the standard for our industry. The company who looks to the future and rejects status quo, giving you only the best when it comes to
They parked a car into their range.
facilities, training, products, education.
So they basically took their movie theater and turned it into a bunch of classrooms and ranges. So pretty cool. I like it. Right off the highway in Nashville or whatever I said. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to them, even though they probably don't need it. Let's see what they're doing on their channel. 6 million views since 2015. Somebody's getting a hand. Channels. It's like they're doing a bunch of sucking up. But those channels all live around there, so they're probably all shooting over there. And then community, nothing. They don't need it. Playlists, videos. It's lame when you see a channel that's got up to 30,000 subs and a bunch of views without using their community tab, but you can't make them like the community over here. Or at least they're participating in it, offering stuff in it. Anyway, Royal Range. Never been there. I've heard good stuff. Now I'm putting in the Bass. I don't think I can put it in there. But anyway, there should be a YouTube channel for the Bass Pro Pyramid, because then you would know Bass Pro is cool, right? If they had a separate YouTube channel just for the pyramid, hire somebody like me to go around doing cool adventures just in the pyramid, making a whole YouTube channel for it. There's really no excuse for that. So I'm going to put it in here and let's see. If they do, then I'll be pleasantly surprised. If they don't, I'll say that there's no excuse for that. They should definitely have a separate YouTube channel just for the Bass Pro in the pyramid. And they don't. There's no excuse for that. So Bass Pro lost an opportunity. Bass Pro Shops Shooting Academy. So we're going to go find out if Bass Pro as something for their shooting academy. Who knows about the Bass Pro Shop Shooting Academy? I think it's just for rich people. That's why they don't bother having it on here. It's south of, what do they call that town? Brandon? Is it Brandon? Missouri? Let's go to Brandon, Missouri. And there's this Bass Pro place that's not south of there. 4,000 something acres. Look how fancy it is. Look at how amazing and beautiful it is. So it's only for fancy, snooty people, I guess. CMP, Talladega Marksmanship Park. This is the other half of the CMP, or at least a third of it, maybe. Oh, there's Clover talking about it because he went there. Boom. Civilian Marksmanship Program. Nothing for the Talladega thing. Is CMP dropping the ball on this? Yes. Period. Again, lost opportunity there. It's an awesome facility. They should have their own YouTube channel. So the hub. This is a shop that was up in the hunting areas of Arizona where people go to hunt mostly. And then they started one up here in Tucson. So they have 2 locations, maybe 3. And I'm surprised that they don't have a YouTube channel. Here we go. Knew they had one. So let's let's subscribe to them, and then boom, and the hub. So this is a gun shop, like I say, here in Arizona, here in Tucson, and up in White Mountains. I should say that. I don't remember where. Heber or Heber or Oregon or something like that. 12 subs. So they don't really have any subscribers, but somebody had to be down towards the bottom of all this. All right, let's save that and let's close that. Now we're at Copper Star. Copper Star is an awesome range here in Arizona because, again, Arizona's awesome, has a bunch of cool shooting ranges. Copper Star owns the RPK that I can't think of his name. Dude from Red Dawn shot in Red Dawn. What's that guy's name? I can't think of his name. Dude from Red Dawn that had the thing, Jed. His I can't think of the actor's name. Anyway, Jed's gun, and then later the girl dies, and then they leave her with the hand grenade under her thing. That's the one she's got next to her, the one that they destroy. Obviously, they didn't actually throw a hand grenade off next to it in the movie, in the filming of it. So you can go to Copper Star, which is the longest indoor shooting range in Arizona. It's right off the highway, literally right off the highway if you're going between Phoenix and Flagstaff. And you can shoot, what's that guy's name? I can't think of his name. The dude, Patrick Swayze. You could shoot Patrick Swayze's RPK that was used in the movie Red Dawn. Full auto, you can shoot a magazine out of it like I have. Amazing. Cool spot too. Just a neat shop. It's in a nice facility. It's kind of like a big log cabin. There's a picture of it, or a cartoon of it, I guess. And cool, super cool people. And when you go in there, you'll know that wherever you walk in and you're standing there, Bubba pooped there. Because Bubba was sick and dying last time he went up there. And he pooped all over their floor. So you're welcome. All right. Or no, not Bubba, sorry, Oro. No, yeah, Oro, the Doberman. Like an old dog because he was old. But yeah, it was Oro. So Oro pooped all over the floor up there. All right, Clark County Shooting Facility. So this is in Vegas. Now we go to the, oh no, this is the one. So the Clark County Shooting Facility is the place where, no it isn't, what am I thinking? We go to the, what's the name of that city? The other city's range, the Boulder City's range to go to Media Day. Clark County Shooting Facility is run by the state or the city or something, or the county maybe, but it is north of Vegas, and it is huge. It is very big, and it is amazing. It's definitely, it's like a 5-star range, they call it. It is definitely one of the nicest ranges you're going to experience, size-wise and facility-wise, and just niceness. They can just drive right in, and they're nice. Place to eat. You can camp there. Really cool place. Worth driving up there. let's say you drove in, you're north of Vegas. So as you drive up, you're going up a hill. When you get to the very top here, look back at Vegas. Oh my goodness, it makes Vegas look like a little train set. It really is fun. So it's a cool place, and you can even shoot shotgun at certain places, shooting down. Wait a minute. No, you can't. I was going to say you could shoot shotgun shooting down towards Vegas, but no, you can't. That would be fun, though. They should have set it up that way. Anyway, do they have their own thing for the shooting complex? I'm going to call it a complex because that's what they call it instead of a facility. Switch that to channels. Clark County is all you're going to get. I guess that's okay, but to me it seems like they're all wasting opportunities. So Big Sandy, I'm pretty sure they do have a YouTube channel. We'll double check. Of course, lots of places talk about Big Sandy. Okay, I knew they had a Instagram, but I guess they don't have a YouTube. They depend on others for their YouTube. So that's too bad. The Big Sandy shoot is still going, unlike the one in Tennessee that quit, or Kentucky, I guess. So next up, we have the US Shooting Academy in Tulsa. And yeah, I had a lot of fun at this one time. So we'll take and put this one on the list. 682 subs. That's not nothing. That's actually pretty high up the list. 600 and how many? 682? Damn it. They got above Get Guns. They don't deserve to be above Guns. It's an okay range, but they don't deserve to be above GAT. So it's an outdoor range. It's in Tulsa, north of Tulsa. It's right next to a police range, which I recommend not sleeping at. And then, let's see, it's been on the YouTube since 2007, but it's been there since 2004. This is a picture of it from on top of one of the berms looking back across. For some reason, there's a lake in the middle of it, probably because it's Oklahoma. So we did a gun channel shoot here more than once, I think, and a lot of fun, a lot of cool things to do there, and it seems like it's big enough that people are able to use it. I'm going to go ahead and subscribe to that one as well. All right, and then the last one that we'll do during this show is called Kauai Sporting Clays, which is a way that is a thing in Hawaii, I guess. And doesn't look like we're gonna find one. All right, so, well, look, too bad that Heather doesn't know how to put up her flag right, so now her thumbnail looks like she's standing next to a coffin, but whatever. That's a bunch of them. So I think I hit every one. There's definitely, every time I look at this, there's other ones that are good. So we have more in the list over at Gun Shop Guide, but now in the description of this video, there's really no way to count how many we've added here, but I can tell you that normally you can type 5,000 characters. We used almost 2,500 of that. Almost half of it is filled up with links to different shooting ranges. So nobody really put any suggestions out here while we're alive, but I do appreciate the $20 from Pat. It's much appreciated. That's as much money as I made today. So that makes this whole thing worth it. But what we came up with is that Thunder Ranch has the most subs. Dragonman's comes in number 2. Battlefield Vegas is coming in at number 3, drops down to 55,000. So we go from 186 to 174,000 subs. Drops down to 55,000 subs. SIG Sauer Academy, 33,000 subs. And they've got the power of SIG Sauer, the firearms manufacturer, and all the people that shoot that behind them. And they've only got 33,000 subs. Royal Range, a place that came up out of nowhere. It's just a couple of years old, and it's a movie theater turned into a gun range. 30,000 subs, one of the most popular YouTube channels on the internet, or on YouTube, that's devoted to shooting ranges, or is a shooting range, and they just started up like last week. Front Sight, been around forever, totally ripped off Gunsite, coming in at 20,000, and then you drop down to Machine Gun Nest, who've been putting in the effort, probably more than any of the rest of these, except Dragonman and Thunder Ranch, and Battlefield Vegas. They put in work. I'm not saying they don't put in work. SIG Sauer probably puts in work, but dang, Machine Gun Nest down there at 7,000. Some people would say 7,000 subs, why bother? Well, in this list, you're in the top 10 with 7,000. Gunsite, the OG, the ones that's created it all, Grandpa doesn't know how to use the internet, is sitting there at 4,000 subs. USA Shooting is even worse because that's literally our Olympic team, doesn't even have 3,000 subs. The civilian marksmanship program, completely exploited by jerk-ass adults who are too cheap to buy shit on the civilian market or the regular gun show market, buy all the stuff through CNP. Imagine having a little kid who actually buys stuff there and have scout troops that are, oh, I want to be in scouts because I'm going to get my own M1 Garand. Anyway, then you got H&H Shooting Sports, poorly represented with a 90,000 square foot facility, only with 1,000 subs. And then I guess I could read them all, but I'm not going to. So boom, there you go. You got another resource, another piece of stuff that we created together through sharing and loving cooperation on the internet forever. Well, let's see what people said in the poll over here. Do you enjoy shooting ranges? 54% said yes, big fan, and I explore new ones. 38% only if I have to. 8% said no, none around here, and then no one chose no because I don't trust others, and that was pointed that way because people who don't go to ranges don't trust each other. Start trusting people and go to ranges. Guess what happens? Ranges get better when you go to them because they have more money and more people are there, so they have more interest and more reason to get better. So if something sucks, it's because you have made it that way. Make it better by going there. Let's see. If you have ideas for what to do in a future episode of this, we do them on Wednesdays so that we're not corking so many people. I think I'm probably corking people today because I got to go to bed. But if you got ideas for what to do lists of, let us know. We make these lists and then we put them into a playlist we like to call, which one is it? All right, I'm going to type in 2 and A. Oh, we call it Best of 2A. There we go. Boom. So now you can go check out, I think this is the 5th in that series, and we'll have more of these because the goal, again, is to create something that people can use. If somebody watches this in the future, they can come in here and check out some of these ranges. Maybe go to one of the ranges, maybe create a trip just to check out one of these ranges if it's just a little ways out of the way. Maybe you go eat something at a local restaurant on the way to go check out one of these ranges. Maybe you go check out gun shops on the way to these ranges. Maybe you make a few videos or a blog post or some sort of a piece of content about the range that you visited. Or maybe you just recommend it to people who are doing the above. All right, with that, we will end it. Barbecue's out here. We'll give you a quick commercial for that dude who does a live chat twice a week, once on Saturday and occasionally on Wednesdays. Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.